Okay. So in the last session, we created a program with tab separator. Today we'll create one more program with different file separators. This is tab separated file, but in projects, right, mostly we use a comma separated file like this, or tab separate, sorry. So this is a comma separated file, or the most frequently used separator is this pipe separator, like this. Okay. When we have address, right, commas are common in address, right, between street and city. So when we have commas in the value itself contain comma. At the time, comma separators are not suitable because it will separate the value, right? But the comma is also part of the value, right? So in that case, the system will confuse and it will separate the value if we use comma separators, right? So when there is a chance of commas in the values, what is the preferable separator?
Pipe
This
symbol.
one, pipe separator. Okay. Or we can also use a fixed length file, because the depends on the file maximum length, we are going to maintain that space. First 10 characters are employee ID. Next 40 characters from 10 characters is employee name. Okay. Next 10 characters from 50, 40 plus 10, 50. Starting from here, the position will start from 50 of 10. 50 of 10 is a date, right? For employee ID, 0 of 10, because the maximum length of the employee ID is 10, right? Character 10. Next, 10 of 40 is employee name. 50 of 10, starting from 50th position, next 10 characters are day, date of join, right? Starting from 60th position, maybe next 40 are city, like that. We're going to use this fixed length formats also in projects. Okay. When we have fixed length formats, what you need to do? We need to take this offset length. Okay. Here we are not going to consider any separator, but here we are going to read this offset length. Okay.
Okay.
And we are going to move each field into that specific corresponding structure, right? So now we'll see separators are common. Okay. If we see one example, it is same for any separator. Now we'll see how to create a program on this. Did we create that in 2020 or what? I'm not able to find the previous program in the system.
21 only.
Huh. We created that in 2020 server. That's why I'm not able to find the program. Anyway, there is no dependency here. You can create it in any program. Do you want me to create a new program, or do you want me to convert the existing program into with separator, with different separator? How you want me to do it?
So if possible, please create new one.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm creating this in 2020, S4HANA 2020. Okay. So create a new program. So I'm creating a new program here with separator. So when you are working in the project, you should select a relevant package and add your program to that relevant package. Initialization, add selection screen, start of selection. Now what is required here? We need a parameter, right, to provide the file path to upload from our local system. Define a parameter. So we don't know the file length, right? We don't know the exact file name length. It depends on the file name and the folder paths, right? If you have more folder paths, if you take this, if you see that file path, the file length is more, right? Here maybe around 50 characters or 60 characters, right? So the file name or file path, it depends on the folders and file name. Okay, so that's why for now we'll take string so that it will accept variable length. It can accept any length. We'll take string. Depends on the requirement, we are going to change it. In some function modules, we may need to change it to character because the function module will accept a character type. So let's see that. So what is the next step? We define the parameter. Is it a mandatory or optional parameter?
Mandatory.
Mandatory, right? So what is
Yes,
the statement to make it mandatory?
obligatory.
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 So that it will add some red color star to this input parameter. It won't proceed further without entering the value. What is the next step? So this is the parameter. Do we have F4 help here to select the file? Here we need to manually enter the file path, right? Every time. That is difficult. We need to add F4 help, dynamic F4, dynamic search help to this. How to add that? We need to use a event at selection screen on
Value
value
request.
request for which one? This parameter. We are
Correct.
going to add search help for this parameter, right? What next? To implement the search help functionality to select the file path, right? This dynamic search help functionality is not common for everything. The event is common for any parameter. For example, if we have another parameter p underscore matner type matner, so it will be already so matner will already have a search help assigned in the data dictionary level. But if you want to add a dynamic search help for the parameter matner, what you need to do? You need to create a event for maintainer also. Can we create F4 file name for maintainer also? For this one, what is the function module to add dynamic search help for folder selection, file selection?
F4
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 file.
file
file
name.
name.
So this is the function module which provides you a option to display the directory or folders, and we can select the file. Can we apply the same functionality for material also? No, right? To call the material dynamic search help, the functionality will be different. Not F4 file name. F4 file name function module is designed to select the folders, to select the local system folders. That's why we are calling this. Okay, clear? So what it
Yes.
will do? What this F4 file name will do? It will open the local folders and it will read that file path. Clear? And it will read the file path. Okay, so that we don't need to enter it manually. So enable the importing, so it will return the file path. You don't need to pass anything, these are all optional. Okay, so what you need to pass here, file name, it's going to return the file path, right? What is the parameter we created for file path? P underscore file, right? Pass this parameter just here. But before passing it here, what you need to make sure, this type and this type both are same. Okay, can we check that? Go to file name, go to exporting, file name. So it's a structure name hyphen field name they are using here. If you double click on that, you can see the data element, what they are using it. Local file. What is the data type? Character 128. It's a character 128 type. Data element is local file. Both are compatible now. This file name parameter and whatever the value we are returning here in the file name, both are same types.
Yes, sir.
Both are same. Okay. P underscore file type string. It is a string type. And what about this file name?
It is also string, sir.
Are you guys following the class?
Yes, sir.
Local file, sir.
Maybe it's breakfast time. Looks like I started the class in wrong time. File name type is a type local file. That is the data element. See, local file is the data element, and what is the data type and length we are using in the data element? Character 128, right? Character with length 128. So it is a string type, and whatever the exporting parameter we are using in function module is the character type. Correct? Both are not compatible, right? Now what we need to do? Create one separate variable and pass it here and copy the path into that variable and move that path to p underscore file name. That is one way of doing it since it's a string type. What is the alternative? You can change a parameter type as a type character 128, right? You need to create a new variable, pass that new variable here in the function module. That variable type should be character length 128. That is one option. What is another option? Change the parameter type itself from string to character 128. That is another option available. Come on, why it's not responding? See, these file conversions, right? We are not going to use only in data migration, right? These functionalities might be useful for other functionalities also, other programs also, not only for data migration programs. Okay, you need to observe this functionality, how we are going to apply or how we are going to upload the file into program. And whenever there is another requirement, with the file upload, you should apply the same concept. Okay.
Sir, we can upload any program, sir, in file.
Any file, yes, Excel file, text file, comma separated file, any file you can upload.
I'm asking any program like function modules.
No, function
Normal.
modules cannot accept file uploads. We use
Uh,
programs to upload that.
okay, sir.
Inside that program, you are going to call function module only, right? Again, to upload the file, what is the function module we are using? GUI upload, right? That is the function module which will handle file uploads.
Okay.
Oh, it is very slow today. Okay, let's come back. Okay, now I'll follow the easiest approach. I'll change the type to, what is this type? Local file. It's a data element. What is the type? Character 128. Okay, so double click on this. What is the data type? Character 128. I'm going to use the same type here and pass the file name parameter to this F4 file name so that it will return the path. It will copy the path, file path into this parameter. And what is the next step? Check whether this search help is working or not. Okay. Always, when you are creating the program, don't write continuously. First, create selection screen. Check, is that selection screen working fine or not? Once your selection screen is completed, next go to default values, populating default values to the selection screen programs. Then go to validations. Check it, is that validations are working fine or not, right? Then everything is completed. Then go to data selection and business logic, right? Don't write all the programming lines continuously. Stop here and check, is that functionality working properly or not? Check that, execute the program. No, for some reason it is taking time today. Okay, what's going on? Looks like there is load on the server. Huh. It's got displayed. Click on F4. So it is displaying F4 help. It is working, right? It is displaying the search help and we are able to select the files here. So if you select this file, it should automatically copy that path to this one. So this functionality is working. What next? File selection is completed. Next we need to upload the file, right? What is the function module to upload the file?
GUI.
GUI upload. Before that, we'll prepare the file. Okay. Before that, we'll prepare the file. Which separator you wanted to take? Do you want to take
Yes.
comma separator or pipe separator?
Pipe.
Thanks.
Pipe separator. Okay. Let me change the data into pipe separator. Prepare the file. In projects, you don't need to prepare. Someone will give you the file and you need to write the program according to the file. You can also suggest the customer if there is any issues in the separators. Okay, if they are using comma and there is some field with comma as a value, then you need to suggest them. Okay, hey, we are using comma as a file separator and this value address contains a comma value, so that the data will not be uploaded properly, so that use a different separator. You can also suggest that. Experience nothing but writing thousands of lines of code. Okay, just to deal with the customer. In IT industry, maybe more than 40% or 50% are surviving with those only this managing skills, even though they don't know how to write how to write the code. For that, communication is important. Either you should be technically very good or you should have excellent communication to manage these people. Okay, but end of the day, technical skills will help you to survive for a long time. 18.
So first employee name is also changed.
So save this file. Now call the function module to upload the text file. What is the function module?
GUI afterwards.
GUI underscore upload. What are the inputs for this function module?
Text
These are all
file.
not required. Remove this. We need to pass the file path or parameter, whatever the file path contains. This parameter contains the file path. Pass the file path to this importing parameter. Before that, what you need to check? Before that, what you need to check? Both GUI upload function module importing parameter and the parameter what we defined in our program are compatible or not, right? Both are of same type or not. Before passing this to this, you need to check that both are compatible or not. Check what is the type of file name in function module. Go to import. What is the file name type?
String.
It is string
String.
here. But what are we using here? What is our file type? Type
Local
local
file.
file, that means character 128, right? Both are compatible or not? No, right?
Yes.
So our parameter is a character type 120, length 128, and this file name is a string type. Is it going to work if we pass it like this?
No.
What will happen if you execute the program?
Yes, yeah.
What will happen if you execute the program? Still, is it going to display any error here? Just check the syntax.
No, no, sir, no error.
It's not going to display any error. What will happen when you execute the program?
Shut down.
Yes, it will go to the short dump or short dump or system exception, runtime exception, right? You can see that red screen with error analysis. When you pass it like this, then what is the alternative now? So this is the character
Limited.
128 and this is the string type. Now let's create one variable type string. Now here inline declarations are not going to help. Okay, if you write inline declaration like this, lv underscore file equal to p underscore file, this is not going to work because it will create this lv underscore file also with same type character 128, right? That's why inline declarations are not useful here. So define one variable with type string explicitly, then pass your file path to this one. So this is a string type. What about this file name? Character 128. We are passing character 128 value to string type. Correct? So instead of file name, parameter direct parameter, convert that parameter value into one local variable or maybe global variable and pass that variable here in the file name. Okay. Next, what is the next step? Do we have what is the separator we have?
Pipe.
File type is ASCII. Enable this. We have pipe separator, right? It's not tab separator. If you have tab separator, enable the hash field separator and pass X. Then it will detect the and it will read the data by going through the tab separator. It will consider each tab separator as a new field. If you have, but it is not a tab separator, right? It's a pipe separator. Now what to do? We need an internal table, right, to read the data into file. We need an internal table, right? Did we define any internal table? To read the file data into one internal table, we need one internal table, right? First, we need to define the internal table. Let me know, tell me how to define the internal table. Please remember, we have a separator now. We have a pipe separator now. We don't have a tab separator, right? If the file contains tab separator, if you enable this, it will automatically convert that file into corresponding fields. But do we have tab separator here? No, right? Now observe how to do that. Types. Now tell me what are the fields we need to take here.
Employee ID.
Type.
Employee ID,
Employee.
EMPID.
Hmm. Are we using tab separator?
No, sir,
No,
pipe.
right?
Pipe.
Now see. Let's take one. Here we are going to use only one field, that is line. Maybe you can take any other name also. Type string. Okay, observe. You can see why I am taking like this. You can take type string. You can take type string, or if you know what is the maximum length, if you know what is the maximum length of this file, right? What is the maximum length of each column, right? First one is 10, 40, 50, 10, 60, another 20, 80, 82, maybe 10, 92. We know the maximum length of the combined columns, right? Maybe within 100, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You can take character 100 here. Now you can take character 100 here. If you know maximum length allowed, right? Maybe character 100 also you can take. But if you don't know, if you are not certain about the length, take string. Okay. Now create the internal table. ty underscore raw data. Work area you can define using inline declaration. Now, where you need to save the data, where you need to convert or where you need to insert this raw data into one table, right? So we have a table. So define one internal table for the table also. It underscore data type standard table of what is that? Z demo employee, right? And define one work area also. So now we have one internal table for raw data, and after converting and after cleaning this raw data, we are going to populate that raw data to this one. We need to convert that raw. Is everyone clear? We defined one internal table to handle the raw data, and we have another internal table to handle the data after cleaning. Raw data might contain errors, right? So we need to do cleaning. We need to apply cleaning on the so we need to clean the data, including file for date formats, time formats, right? Whatever the data, we need to convert all the raw data into SAP acceptable data, right? Raw data might contain any kind of data in any format, but we need to convert that data into SAP acceptable format by cleaning it. Now, pass the raw data internal table to this. First, we'll see how the raw data will be displayed. Then, we'll convert the data into SAP acceptable format and we'll insert that in the table. Okay. We're not creating any insert here. We are not inserting any data into database table yet. First, we are checking how the data will be displayed. Keep a breakpoint at function module. Execute this. Select the file. I think that is in this folder, D folder. Click, select the file and click on execute. Now this LV underscore file should contain the file path. Yeah, this contains the file path. Now click on F6. Allow this to upload the file. So this is the data as it is in the file. This is the raw data, right? This is the raw data how we have in the file. Otherwise, I'll place one more breakpoint here and we'll see how the internal table will looks. What are the fields we have in the internal table? Execute. So how many fields we have in this internal table? How many fields we have in this internal table? Raw data internal table. Only
Six,
one
sir.
field, that is line, and this line contains the raw data. We are not splitting this into individual fields, right? We are taking one single line with string length and we are uploading all the data to that single field. Now we need to split these fields into individual fields, right? Now what we need to do? Tell me what I need to write here to split this raw data into individual fields. Come on, tell me what I need to do here to process this raw data, to split this raw data into individual fields and need to upload this into internal table, sorry, a database table, need to insert this data into a database table. That's what my functionality. How to do that? Tell me. Loop the raw data internal table to process all the records. We'll define one work area. What is the separator we are using here?
Pipe.
Pipe separator, right? Now we need to split that complete record into individual fields wherever we have a pipe separator. Now how to do that? Split. Which one we need to split?
Using raw data.
Work area
Which one?
added.
Comes.
Internal table.
We need to split work area or field inside the work area. Which one we need to
Fields.
split? Do we need to split the work area or the field inside the work area? Where is the value available now?
Using work area, sir.
No, no. Where is the value available? Tell me. Where is the value available in this work area that is available in this line field, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
value is available in this line. That is the field that contains the value. We need to split that particular field, okay? The raw data hyphen line. What is split? Split is the statement which we can use to split the data, divide one complete one value into multiple fields. What is the statement we use for that? What is the statement we have available to split the data, to split the string? Split data, okay? Split is the statement to split the one value into multiple values. But for split, right, what is required? We need to have one separator. At which point I need to split, that one we have to specify, right? We need to specify where I need to split this line. If you take this, that line field contains this complete value. Now if you want to split this, you need to specify where you need to split, right? For that we have a separator. Okay, split this complete record wherever you find a pipe separator, right? Then it will divide this complete value into different fields. Now tell me, split. So this contains the value, the complete value at where you need to split, wherever you find a pipe separator. Pass that separator here. At which point we need to split that. And after splitting, what we need to do? After splitting, what we need to do? Pass each individual value to respective field, right? For that, we'll take this one, data, into first what is the first field in the file? Employee ID, right? First field is employee ID, right? Into w underscore data hyphen EMPID. What is the next field?
Employee name.
Employee name. What is the next field? Date, right?
Date of join.
Date of join. W underscore data hyphen DOJ. These are all table fields. If you go to the table, you have to use field names same as table. Okay. What is the next field?
City. Cities.
City. This order is important, right? This order is important because it will split the data into incorrect fields.
Country. Country.
City, country, and next one is phone. Okay. What next after splitting? So the data is split into this work area. Now we'll observe how the data will be available after splitting in the debug mode so that you can easily understand. So what is the string operation we can use to split the data? Split is the statement to split the data in a variable. Upload the file, select the file. So the data is uploaded to this raw data internal table. This line in this internal table, we have only one field, that is line, and that contains the complete data, but we cannot upload this data into SAP tables because we are not having individual fields, right? Now, also this raw data is not into the table structure. This is complete different structure. Now we need to convert this raw data into SAP table structure. For that, we have already defined one work area, that is w underscore data. This contains SAP table structure with all the fields, employee ID, employee name, DOG. Now we need to convert that data into SAP structure. In the work area, can you tell me, employee ID, there is no value, employee name, there is no value. For DOJ, it is displaying some values, zero values. Why it is that? And also for phone number also it is displaying some zeros. If it is a number type, what is the type of this? Number type, right? For number type, if there is no data, it will display zeros as a default value. Okay. Now let's split that first record, move to work area, raw data work area. This is the first record available in raw data work area. This is the field name. Line is the field name. So what is the value we have in line? This complete record. Now we need to split that record into individual fields. Execute the split statement. Go to data. So employee ID placed in employee ID, employee name placed in employee name. But observe the date. Did we get the complete date in SAP acceptable format?
No.
No, right? So we need to do something about it. Date, because what is the length of DOJ, date of join? 8, right? Date 8, right? What do we have in file? 10, right? With all external separators, but in a different format too. It is not SAP's acceptable format. So we need to convert this date format. City, country, the values are correct, okay, right? Values are populated correctly after splitting the data into individual fields. Now we'll correct this date format. How we need to do that? First take one variable, what is the type you have to take here? What is the type you have to take here? Tell me, for this raw date, to handle this raw date. Tell me,
Strings.
what is that?
String. String.
What is the length of this raw date?
Oh,
Using
1, 2, 3.
8, 8,
8? Is it
8,
8?
10.
Sir, 10, sir.
10. Character 10 is enough, right? Some char 10 is enough, right? For raw date. Now instead of this field, right, DOJ, will pass this raw date variable here. Okay. Now we'll be having that complete date into this raw date. Now we'll convert this raw date into the actual value. W underscore data hyphen DOJ equal to. Now tell me how to do that. Raw date
Yeah.
contains this date like this. For example, 31/01/2023. Now tell me how to convert this raw date into actual date.
year, month, dates.
Year, month, date, right? Now tell
Yes,
me
sir.
how to take only in that format, year, month, date, without these separators. First we need year, right?
Yes, sir. Year, Y.
Yes. How to do that? LV underscore raw data or raw date 0 of what is year?
Yes, sir.
Tell me the offset for year.
0, 4.
Tell me the offset for year.
0, 4.
Yes,
0 of 4, right?
4.
0 for
Okay. If you use 0 of 4, it will take this. Is it year?
No.
no,
Starting from
sir.
0, next 4 characters. Is it the year? Now tell me
No,
what
no,
is the
no.
offset for year?
6 or 4.
6 of 4. It is 6 characters. Starting from 6th
Yes,
character, next 4 characters.
yes. 6
6
of
of 4.
Yes, sir. 6
4.
of.
We'll use concatenate. This is the symbol to combine. That is the symbol to combine. Next month, right? Tell me the offset for month.
Yes, month is 4 of,
3 of 2.
sir, 4 of 2.
4 of 2 or 3 of 2? Which one is correct?
3 of 2.
3 of 2.
For month, right?
3 of 2 is.
Where is month? 1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3.
From third position, next 2 characters.
Yes.
So 3 of 2. Combine it. Next one,
0 of 2.
0 of 2. That is date. Okay. Now we have data in the work area and we converted raw data into SAP's acceptable format. This is called data cleaning, right? Raw data might contain errors, invalid date formats, invalid data. What we need to do before uploading into SAP, we need to clean the data. We need to convert that data into SAP's acceptable format. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Now we have data in the work area. Now insert that data into SAP table. Is not initial. That means if the data work area is not empty, then insert the data into SAP table. Now what is the statement? Insert statement. Tell me. Tell me. What is the statement? Did you write the program yesterday?
Insert
Insert work area into table.
Insert work area into table.
Internal table index.
That is to insert data into internal table, not into database table. I'm asking the insert statement to create data inside the database table.
Insert table name.
Values from which one? Where do we have the values? This, right?
Work area.
Work
Work
area.
area. Is it
Work
the one
area.
we implemented in yesterday's program? We can also upload from internal table, collect all the data into one internal table, and we can insert everything at once. I think values from, I think this is for internal table. For work area, this is the syntax. If you need to upload records from work area, this is the syntax. If you want to insert the data from internal table, collect everything into this internal table and pass the table name here, internal table here, so that it will create all the records at once. Okay. So this is the syntax to upload data from work area, single record by record from work area. Where are we uploading this data? Into database table, right? Not into internal table.
Yes,
If
sir. Yes.
sy hyphen sub rc equal to 0, what we need to do?
commit.
Commit work.
Commit work. We need to commit the changes.
Commit.
Else, if it is failed,
Rollback.
Rollback
roll
work.
back work. I'm removing this CL demo output. After commit work, I'll display some message using some write statement. If it is failed, I'll display some other message. Okay, if it is failed, I'll display other message. With the employee ID, I'm displaying that. Give a breakpoint here, click on continue. Okay, now we have raw data in this internal table, and by splitting that raw data into this one, okay, it looks like I've clicked on F8. So the data is created inside the table. Or if you want to see how we are processing this raw data, this is the raw data we have. So now we need to split that raw data into individual fields. Now if you go to data field, we are not using data of join. Instead of data of joining field, we are using a temporary variable to handle this value, right? That's why it is not populated. So we are populating that raw data into this one, lv underscore raw date. Now we are going to convert this raw data into SAP's acceptable format. Year, month, date. Now this data of join contains date in acceptable format. The work area now contains all the values. Now we are need to insert this record into database table. Insert. Why sub RC equal to 4? Why sub RC equal to 4? The 4 for this employee ID? Because it is already there in the database table. It won't accept duplicate values, right? Because employee ID is the primary key. Correct? That's why sub RC equal to 4. Process failed for all employees because all these employees are all already uploaded to the database table. If you want to upload the new employees, you need to change the employee IDs. Is everyone clear? So you need to convert the data into SAP's acceptable format, right? Before going to process. So this is how we are going to split that files, that the data with separator into this individual work area. Okay, clear? For that we need two different internal tables. One is raw data and another one is the actual data internal table. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So we have to see Excel file. So tomorrow we'll see Excel file and we'll also create a BDC program. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.